I have a feeling that Senator John Barrasso does not quite agree with everything the president just outlined there. The Wyoming senator, Senate Republican Conference Chair, kind enough to join us right now. Senator, he seemed to be saying the ends justify the means here, and that in the end will be all the better for this. What did you think of that?
Well, it sounds to me like the president's saying, take your medicine, prices are going to stay high because I'm going to get rid of fossil fuel. I will do whatever the far, far left says to do regarding climate. Look, high energy prices like American families are suffering with right now. Bad for their standard of living, bad for the choices they have to make in their life. 92% of the American people are worried about the cost of energy. People are having to cancel activities this Memorial Day weekend. The president is completely out of touch with the pain that the American people are suffering, and if he is in any way connected to it, he's refusing to find and act on the solutions that we know that are there.
We do know, Senator, that the president is going to tap, or looks like he's set to tap, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. I didn't realize there was a separate one for diesel fuel, but he's ready to do that. Now, he has already done that with general petroleum, and prices are now higher than they were when he first announced that. So are you confident that he'll have any more success on the diesel side if he goes ahead and does it?
No, Neil, he's just throwing one Hail Mary pass after another, trying to deal with these high prices. He's talked about going to Venezuela, going to deal with a dictator to try to get some more oil, even though the way they produce it is the dirtiest oil that's produced all around the world. He's rather willing to dance with a dictator than to drill for more American energy. The American people know the impact of these high gas prices on their own lives. They're at a point where they can't tighten the belt any further. They're cutting out all sorts of things, including haircuts, including going to the movies, including music lessons for the kids. Grandparents can't visit their grandchildren. They were locked out for 2 years due to COVID with a lockdown, and now they're being locked out because of the high cost of gasoline, all related to the policies of this president. Because remember, the cost of gasoline was $2.38 a gallon the day Joe Biden became president. Today, another all-time record high, $4.60 a gallon.
You know, Senator, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about these primary battles across the country. In 5 key states, Georgia and Texas stand out among them, sir. And a lot are saying that it's a test of the so-called, Trump bump and whether he can continue what's been a pretty startling record of more successes than failures on that front. Now, he might lose when it comes to the challenge for Georgia's governor, but he stands to gain in other key races, including in that Senate battle where Herschel Walker seems to be the odds-on favorite. What is your sense of the former president's influence and impact for Republicans?
Well, President Trump clearly is a major influence on our party and on voters. I will tell you, we are going to take the House and take the Senate. We are nominating candidates who will win in November all across the board because they're going to focus on the things that the American people are concerned about, which is inflation, which is the border crisis, which is crime in the city. The things that matter to people at home are the things they're going to vote on, and that's going to be a big year for Republicans because when you get high energy costs, look, it hurts the poor and it angers voters. It lowers the standard of living on item after item. The Republicans are lined up with the concerns of the American people, and the Democrats are out of touch.
Do you think, Senator, that if former Senator David Perdue loses to Brian Kemp tonight, that former President Trump should rally around and support Brian Kemp in that race?
Well, I want to make sure, to me, the most important date is November 8th. That's Election Day. I think that whoever is nominated tonight for the Republicans is a much better governor for Georgia than Stacey Abrams. I mean, she said today or yesterday that she thinks Georgia is the worst state in the country in which to live. I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling that then she'd be running for governor there.
Would it be helpful to you, sir, to remove any equivocation here, and that the former president should say, all right, this guy was not my first pick, and I had a beef with him over, the 2020 election, but he's certainly better than Stacey Abrams. Do you think that would be helpful to hear that from Donald Trump?
I think it would absolutely be helpful, and endorsing the Republican winner in November, I think, is very helpful for all of us and good for the country and good for the people of that state.
Got it. Senator Barrasso, very good catching up with you, sir.